Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Cutting Through the Bullshit. I am your host, Dr. Stephanie Snyder, and I am a high performance mentor. Through my unique blend of strategy, mindset, and intuition, I help men and women to cut through the BS in order to create the life and business they desire. So it is a brand new year. I actually held off on recording this. I usually do my podcast recordings on Tuesdays. And I held off because I wanted some new year energy here. I clearly don't have that new year energy. I'm definitely a little congested. You might hear it in my voice, so I apologize. I am feeling better, but definitely still a bit congested. But anyways, Happy New Year. I am excited for this year. There are a lot of opportunities that have already begun to unfold for myself and my business and my family, and I'm very excited about this year. It's going to be a really, really awesome year. So I don't have anything particular for today. I think it's just going to be a riff about things. I know many of us are probably reflecting or have spent some time reflecting on 2024. And I know it's going to take us all a whole bunch of time to start writing 2025 on all of the things, right? But I am just really excited and taking the next couple of days here to just slowly ease into the year. I know in the past I've tended to be the person that just hits the ground running and I'm like, go, go, go right out of the gate. But I am actually being called to slow down and just kind of ease into this year. So I am definitely looking forward to that. Additionally, what I am looking forward to this year is a whole bunch of travel. So now, once soccer season is over, right? So summertime kind of travel. There are a lot of things, again, like big things. My son is actually going to graduate from high school and start college this year. And I'm not going to talk about that because it will just make me cry. So we have that going on. That's exciting for sure. And I mean, just all around, just new year energy, right? So I'm just trying to ground in to see if there's something specific to come through so you're not just listening to me rattle. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm excited for the opportunities this year. And I actually shared this on social media the other day. I started a sourdough bread mix, right? The sourdough starter stuff. I'm pretty sure I screwed it up already. I'm only on day 3, but I spent so much time overthinking actually starting this sourdough. I kept telling myself I didn't have the right stuff. I didn't have the time to do it. And what I realized is that is pretty lame. Not only that, but I realized that that was being reflected back to me by my oldest daughter. And I was like, oh, we definitely have to nip this for sure. And so it was the same sort of thing where earlier last year, my nephew came down to visit and he was like, hey, can we make pasta? And I said, yeah, absolutely. Like, have you made it before? He goes, yeah, I've made it a bunch of times. And I actually have a pasta attachment that goes to my KitchenAid. And I thought, all right, this will be cool. I spent so much time overthinking making pasta instead of just doing it and realizing, one, it wasn't that hard. It was actually quite fun. And 2, we definitely need to get different flour because the flour that we used to make the pasta made it taste very, very gluten-y. It was definitely a heavier pasta, but we would have never known that had we not tried to make pasta. And so there's all these little things that I know I've overthought and I've basically taken the fun out of because I overanalyze it and I go into analysis paralysis and then I procrastinate and I never actually do it. Now, that happens on, I want to say more of a smaller scale, because if it's something that I really want to do, I go after it, guns blazing kind of thing. But there's these little hobby things that I just kind of talk myself out of and I don't actually do it. And this year I actually shared on social media the other day that I'm going to do little mini experiments this year. I used to do that a lot in the past and I kind of stepped away from it thank you, fear, right, for that. And so I did term this year kind of an experimental year where I'm just going to try it, right? Like a worst case scenario, it sucks. It's something I never want to do again. But at least I know moving forward, like, hey, you did it, you tried it, cool. Now, certainly, this doesn't mean that I'm going to go and do all these crazy things, right? But like, I mean, starting your own sourdough, that's not hard, but I had overthought it. Starting your own garden, right? Like, that was something that I failed at miserably for years and years and years and years and years. But sometimes you just got to do it, right? And so, whether that's going after a new health goal or whether that's a financial goal or whatever, you're going to make mistakes, but you learn along the way. And the beauty of that is that you learn the best way for you along the way. So maybe you've seen somebody grow their social media following a particular way, or maybe you've seen them do affiliate marketing, or they've grown their own business, right? Whatever it is, they've failed themselves forward, right? And I do really like that book. It's actually called Fail Forward. But I come at it from a different sense because I know there's another book and I can't think of the author, but it was all about like the push, right? The grind of, well, I just got to get like 100 no's and then I'll get a yes, right? And that feels exhausting to me, right? Like I don't want to push that. I've done it, don't like it, not enjoyable. But this idea of like failure is a process on the way to success. And I've talked about this before because the truth is you're not going to get it right the first time. And quite frankly, if we did get it right the first time all the time, we'd eventually stop trying new stuff. It wouldn't be fun for us because we'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to try figure skating. And then you become an Olympic skater the first time you're on ice. Like, that's not enjoyable. We actually enjoy this process of getting better. Believe it or not, we actually enjoy the process of collapsing time and doing things faster and getting better at it. It makes life much more enjoyable, but we get stuck in this idea that we're going to fail. Well, we all fail on some level at some point, but you're never a failure. Okay. Failure is a process leading to success. And again, I talk about this a lot on the podcast. And so there's going to be times that you get it wrong, for sure. But you're going to learn stuff along the way. So you may find out, okay, hey, like I wanted to do I remember this a few years ago. I started January 1st. I decided I was going to go vegan. And I lasted about 16 days. And I was like, nope, it turns out I actually really love cheese. And it was definitely a lack of willpower, right? It wasn't the discipline. I actually was very excited about it. It was a little mini experiment that I tried and I was really excited about it. And then I realized, you know what? I don't actually love to go vegan. It wasn't something for me. Yes, I gave it 15 days and you could be like, well, did you actually learn anything in 15 days? I don't know, right? Like it made me very aware of what I was eating. And I have since done some more in-depth look at my nutrition, and my nutrition has changed since then, but it was just something to try, right? Like I was like, okay, I've got the books. I did all the things, right? And I gave it a try and it wasn't for me. And that's cool. That's fine, right? It turns out I really like meat, steak and hamburgers and whatever it is. So, but I wouldn't have known if I hadn't given it a try. So I'm going to encourage you to make this year a bit more experimental because you are going to fail on the way to success. You're going to find a whole bunch of ways that it doesn't work. And then you're going to find your way that it works. And it's going to be beautiful and it's going to be magical. And you probably won't even be able to pinpoint it, right? One of my mentors says this beautifully. I can speak today. And she says, you're going to wonder how to do it. And then you'll wonder how you did it. And I just love that because it really does kind of take the pressure off. And another thing that she says is she's like, we get stuck in this idea of like, what if it fails, right? Like, what if we try this thing and it totally flops and it sucks? Well, on the flip side of that is, what if it succeeds? What if it works out? What if it's beautiful? What if this next time is the time that you need, right? So that's definitely a riff. I definitely went down a bunch of rabbit trails today on a whole bunch of different things, but I am excited for this new year, and I hope that you are excited as well. And I look forward to connecting with you more in the new year. And if you loved this episode or you have loved other episodes, I appreciate all the subscriptions, the likes, the shares. You can check us out on the YouTube as well. You can find out more about me at stephaniesnyderphd.com or head over to my Instagram, stephaniesnyderphd, and connect with me there as well. So I hope that you are having a beautiful day. I hope that your new year is off to an amazing start. And even if it's not, it's okay, right? It's okay. So I'm sending you so much love. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And as always, be you, because the world needs more of you. Bye.